Hey guys, so today we have a review about a Transformer custom. This case is the Baiwei TW1022 Radiance Optimus Prime that just come out. So here's is our figure from the front look. As you know, this version is the newest version from Baiwei for the Transformer 123 Optimus Prime. It's a KO version of the Studio Series 32 Moon or Studio Series 44. In this case, because it have the Dark of the Moon jet, so we can call this the 44 version. So this version have a very bright silver originally, and it's also come along with the metallic blue colors that go over most of the details on the figures. The figures have transparent windshield right on his chest, and now that I painted him up, we actually have blue on the outside window. The original red was already there, but the windshield wiper was not painted originally, but now you can see that they're painted. Other than the windshield, we can already see that for the outer part of the windshield is also got painted up. So originally, this part was just transparent or blue plastic, so the color was very inconsistent. That's why I also painted it up with a little silver and gray, so now it's look more blended into the design. And when we open out the chest, you can see that this area over here, originally they were just blue plastic. All of this chest area up to the neck area, they're all blue plastic. The same colors as the metallic colors blue over here. So I also painted that up with silver and gray just to make it blended in more with the design. And then because we painted that up, when we close this in, this transparent windshield actually let us see through it, see the metal design in there, and I think that's look pretty good. Of course, not only the windshield wiper from the outside got painted, but the windshield wiper on the inside in the truck mode also got painted as well. So that's, you can see, it's look kind of black and a little shiny in there. As for the chest region, of course, for the chest region, for the abdominal section, I also painted it up a little bit. And along with that, because we have the chest piece for the Transformer 1 and 2 as well, so I also painted those one up with just a little weathering effect. It just make the details pop a little more, a little black and red there. And of course, I also painted pegs over here. So originally, this looked on very loosely onto the figure, so that's why I also painted this up just to thicken up this peg. As we go down to the legs areas over here, you can see that this, for example, those two dots over there, now that they have colors, originally they were just blue colors, just like everything else on the legs. And also the same thing to those two circle part over here. It's minor details, but I think that with them being painted, this will make the figures look a little better. As we go down here, you can see that if we look closer to, for example, the gore on the knee, you can see that there's some black on there, and that was because I was trying to do weathering effect with black on him, so that's why he has all of those. If we look closely, we have on this side as well. If we look on the left, you can see that although the original color is very bright silver, we also have some dirtiness, black and gray going over. Same thing to the cross area. The original figures look very bright silver in those areas, so I think some weathering effect will have with that. I do think that I like how it's look right now. For some small piece like here, like for the connection joint between the knee gore and the knee itself, I also painted that up with a little blue so that this color is not too contradict to the blue, because originally it's just a red plastic like this. Then I painted it up a little blue so that it blended in a little better. It's still far from perfect, but I think it does look better than just a red plastic like this. And as we go down here, we have more weathering effects on the inner sides of the legs here, and then we can also see that on the feet as well. And the feet was made of metal, so that's why the silver colors on the feet, they look different from the painted up silver plastic every other areas on the figures. Those one are actual metal. Those one are fake metal, which is plastic being painted silver. But yeah, I think after a weathering effect take place, the feet look a little better as well. It doesn't just look like a chunks of metal with no colors, but that is have a little more characteristic to it. It still doesn't blend perfectly with the painted up plastic silver, but I do think that I like the look right now. And then as we go to the side, you can see that on the leg, this side got painted as well, because initially it just looked all red plastic like this. It's worked out really well, at least better than just the plastic red. And of course we can put this on here, everything else stay red so that it's consistent with one another. And of course we see more weathering effects on the feet here, more weathering effect onto the side of the leg as well. All of those, because the original colors was very bright silver, so those now have weathering effect as well. And if we look into the hand as well, the original one looked very bright silver, but now that is have a little weathering effects. I feel like the details pop out a little more, so I do like that more. And then as the back of the figures, you can see that there's more weathering effects here. I planned to paint this blue, but then I just got lazy, so I think just a little weathering effects on this silver part still look pretty good. And then we have more weathering effects on the back legs of the figures, as well as that cross area and the back side of the figure as well. There's more weathering effects going in there. On this side of the figure as well, we see that this area also got painted just to match with the other side of the figures. And then we also have more weathering effects going up to the leg region and of course on the hand. As we go up onto the hand of the figures, initially this color is look very weird blue color. Then I just decided to use the permanent marker blue and just painted it over with that permanent marker blue. And I think this blue, although it doesn't match perfectly with everything else, but it look way better than the original blue. Let's go to the arm section. Actually, I added this in later as well. So initially, this part is just a red plastic part. And then I painted it with a little of silver blue in the middle. And then a little of gold or copper colors on the side. Just to give it a little extra details instead of just bland red. So we have that on this side as well. This one right here. And as we go up here, of course, because the shoulder, I painted this up with silver and or chrome colors. So now it doesn't have only blue and red plastic anymore, because initially this piece is one piece. So everything that's got moved, when they move this, there is a part of the same plastic and they all have that blue metallic colors. Or that's blue colors. And then everything else is a part of this shoulder red piece. So they have the red plastic color, so it look like blue with red. That's look really odd. So that's why I painted it up with that silver to make it more movie accurate. And because we paint the outside, so I also painted in the inside just to make it consistent as well. And of course, the back side and the front side also have that same color. And I think just this piece alone, that already make the figures look much better. Of course, those parts, they also got painted up, so that's why they look a little silver like that. It's just much better with this piece instead of being just blue or red plastic colors. And then for the middle part over here, I put a little chrome on there on top of the ray silver just to make it pop out a little more. So that is actually the position that the Autobot insignia need to be. But because this is a KO figure, so of course there's no Autobot insignia there. Even for the original one, probably because this piece is too small, so Hasbro doesn't even put the Autobot insignia on the original figures on this position. So of course, if we look at the face of the figures, we would be able to pick up some weathering effects on the face as well. Because I want to blend everything together, so that's why I also blend a little colors on here. It's very subtle. We have a little weathering effects on the face just to pick out some of the details. And of course, along with that face, we also have this face mask over here. So if we take this face off, we'd be able to plug this in. And this face also got that weathering effect as well. And it's more dominant on this face, because the details, they just pop out a little more. It doesn't just have that shiny silver going on top of the battle mask anymore, but now it have a little of black and rays going through the details. Other than the main figure itself, I also painted up some weapons. I don't paint up the other Energon sword that is come with the Transformer 2 Revenge of the Fallen, but I paint up the Dark of the Moon sword just because I have better sword for Revenge of the Fallen already. I'm just too lazy to paint more sword that I probably won't use. So just paint up those sword instead. So the transparent yellow, you can see that they're still there, But most of the part outside I painted with a little silver and then just dry brush with silver and black. So that's why the handle look like that right now. And then I just try to put a little weathering effects onto the rest of the blade. Just going over the material real quick. So the materials that I use to paint this guy include some permanent marker. So I use mainly permanent marker black and permanent marker silver. They just basically Sharpie that I got from Amazon. And then for my second layers, so I use the permanent marker as the first layers of my repaint, and then for second layers I use acrylic paint. Mostly I use acrylic silver color from Sergeant Art, and then I use the black color from Sergeant Art. And then I also use the ray color from Fog Art, just mix them together. So those, you see them in my repaint tutorial for this guy as well. If you want to learn how to custom paint your figures to look like this, I already have a repaint tutorial for this video. It's a little long, so if you want to custom your figures exactly like this, just check out that video as I have every single step that I did in there. And good luck with your painting. Hey, you. Yes, you. Subscribe to our channel. Please, otherwise Megatron might kill me again. And no, I'm not kidding. He's right there. Hey, Josh. So please, subscribe. I don't want to be back in 2 pieces. Your subscription means a lot to us.